Happy day students, welcome to San Academy Pallikarani class 8 science chapter light part 3. In this video we are going to discuss in detail about regular and diffused reflections. So first, in order to understand the concept of regular and diffused reflections, you must know the difference between regular surfaces and diffused surfaces or irregular surfaces. So what is a regular surface? It is the surface which is going to be very smooth, or we can say it in another way that it is going to have a very less number of bumps, that is ups and downs. Whereas irregular surface is a surface which is going to have a more number of and bigger size of bumps, that is ups and downs, or we can say even grooves and ups. So now let us discuss about what is regular and diffused reflections. The surface of a mirror is the best example for regular surface, and therefore when a beam of light falls on it, the entire beam is reflected in only one direction, and this is called regular reflection. And it is the reflection from a smooth surface such that the light rays are even parallel to each other, and it results in the formation of an image. However, the surface of most of the objects around us are not so smooth. When the rays in a beam of light falls on an object with an uneven surface, that is an irregular surface, they get reflected in different directions, and this is called irregular or diffused reflection, as you can see in the figures. Because in the figure which is showing a regular reflection, and it is occurring from the plane mirror and the surface is very smooth. Whereas in the figure which is showing the irregular reflection, you can clearly understand what is meant by irregular surface or rough surface, which can be also called as rough surface. And always remember, it is because of irregular reflection that we can see objects from every direction. Irregular reflection of sunlight by objects around us enable our room to have light during the day, even if sunlight does not directly fall into it. So let us have a quick comparison between regular and diffused reflection. So regular reflection, when parallel rays of light falls on a smooth surface, they are reflected back as parallel rays only. This is called regular reflection. Whereas diffused reflection, when parallel rays of light falls upon an irregular surface, they are reflected back into all directions. This is called diffused reflection. And regular reflection is also called as specular reflection, whereas diffused reflection is called as irregular reflection. Regular reflection always leads to the formation of image, whereas diffused reflection enables us to view different objects present in our environment. The best example for regular reflection is the image formed by a plane mirror, whereas for diffused reflection, it is the reflection of rays of light through a wall. So now let us have a quick recap or a quick go through of what is an illuminated object and luminous objects. So illuminated objects are those objects that do not produce light on their own, but reflect the light that falls upon them, are called illuminated objects. For example, the moon. Whereas luminous objects are those which can produce light on their own and are called luminous objects. The best examples are tube light, bulb, the sun and the star. So the examples for regular surfaces are mirror, pure water, whereas the examples for irregular surfaces are a rough wooden surface, a rough cloth, for example your jeans cloth and jeans pant and whatever jeans wear. So now let us discuss about another interesting topic, which is called reflected light can be reflected again. So this results in the cause of multiple reflection. So what does it mean? What does the multiple reflection means? And how it can be obtained? Actually, multiple reflections can be obtained by placing more than one mirror at certain angle to each other, which result in reflection of light from multiple times between the reflecting surfaces. And this phenomenon is used in certain scenarios such as in Periscope to see a hidden object, in a Caledioscope to see beautiful patterns, and in barber shop to see the back of the head of a person getting a haircut. So examples where light is reflecting again in various angles, as you can see in case of a barber shop, or if you're going to any boutiques, you can see where they would have been positioning the background of backgrounds as full of mirrors, so that whichever direction you're looking, you can see their products. So now let us discuss in detail about what is a periscope. A periscope is an instrument that is used to look at objects that are not in the line of sight of the observer. In other words, it is used to see the objects that are hidden. The periscope works on the phenomenon of multiple reflections of light. And inside the periscope, there are two mirrors that are inclined at an angle of 45 degrees. And periscopes are generally used in submarines, tank and bunkers by the soldiers. And what is a caledioscope? Actually, it is a device that works on the phenomenon of multiple reflection with the help of multiple mirrors. And it has a cylindrical structure with 3 plane mirrors inside it. And it contains several pieces of beads, broken glass, colorful bangles, pebbles and etc. And the observer can look into caledioscope from one end and the light enters into the caledioscope from the other end. When the light falls upon these objects in the caledioscope, multiple reflection of these objects are created in the 3 mirrors, and this results in the formation of beautiful and colorful patterns. Since the reflection of light is not always the same, the observer never sees a similar pattern in the caledioscope. And these are the diagrams of periscope and caledioscope, and this can be done by you too, and which we will be doing as a part of hands-on activity. So let us conclude this video with periscope and caledioscope, and we will discuss the other topics in the upcoming video. Thank you, students.